Do you want to live a simple life? Save yourself as much unnecessary work as possible. Have more time for yourself in everyday life. Then check out this video, because in today's video, I'm not just telling you about everyday tasks that you can avoid. No, we will also discuss in general which behaviors can permanently stress you. Happy to welcome you on my channel. My name is Jasmine and I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been living a minimalistic lifestyle for over 6 years now. The fact that I wanted to have more time for myself and for what is important to me is one of the main reasons why I chose this way of life. In a moment, we'll discuss what you might want to avoid in the future to save yourself trouble, time and stress. But first, you should know one thing. More than stuff. In minimalism, we're not just looking at what things you have and how best to get rid of stuff. We also question our everyday life, our habits, even our relationships, what is good for us, what do we really need, what might even become a burden. Minimalism can therefore help you to shape your life and push you more in the direction where you want to go. By the end of the day, it can even help you to become free. So now that we've clarified this basic goal, what can you do without in your everyday life? We'll discuss a few things that I gave up in a moment. Make sure you watch the video until the end, because I've saved what I consider to be the most important thing for last. Now let's go. Ironing. I used to iron everything, even my tea towels. How many hours I spent at the ironing board, and what I could have done in that time. But it doesn't help to regret past mistakes. Now I simply don't iron at all, because most things hang out when I wear them anyway. And the few shirts and blouses we have, I don't know when we wear them at all. Maybe on special occasions, once or twice a year. Think about whether you really want to spend your valuable time at the ironing board. Rest assured, no one will notice if you suddenly stop doing it. Or while watching this video, did you think, oh man, I can't even look at Jasmine, she looks so wrinkled. If you think that, please let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll reconsider ironing. But I'll be honest with you, probably not. Makeup. As a teenager, as well as a young woman, I never left the house without makeup. Before leaving, I would spend an hour in the bathroom doing my hair. And beware any hair that resisted. I'm glad those days are over now. Nowadays, I wear makeup very rarely. Not at all in everyday life. Sometimes I dress up for you and for the videos, but often I think to myself, no. Maybe that will change again when I'm old and have more wrinkles to cover up. But at the moment, I'm saving myself the time and the stress, and maybe this is something for you to consider too. Before we come to a very important point that you should definitely know, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything in the future, and together we'll simplify your life. Shopping. If you've been thinking about minimalism for a while, you probably won't be surprised. But if this is your first time on my channel and you're not yet familiar with the topic, take it easy. Don't run away, because what comes next is important for your entire life. Many stores make it damn easy for us to shop. They tempt us with sales, new fashion trends, or perfectly styled decorations. But the kick you get from shopping is usually short. And what comes afterwards? You need the next kick, and thus the next thing. I know this because I used to be quite a shopping victim myself. I also know what that meant for my own bank account. No savings and being afraid of the next big bill. I never want to have that fear again. I want to be financially free, and that doesn't work if I'm constantly spending my hard-earned money on new clothes. Every euro I spend that I don't save or preferably invest is costing me a tiny part of my personal freedom. With every purchase, I'm not just exchanging money for goods, I'm also trading away a little piece of my freedom. That's fine if something is important to you. For example, if you go on a vacation once a year, look forward to it for months beforehand and have memories for life afterwards. You'll never hear me complain in that case. But if you shop new clothes every month just to get a kick and maybe even forget about the stuff 3 months later, then it's a different story. Make the distinction. Don't be tempted by special offers. It's your life. Media. Social media is a mixed blessing. There are media that I love because they inspire me, they help me progress. YouTube is an example. I'm on YouTube several times a day because there are great creators here who share their knowledge with me. In the last few months, I've been on X a lot. I've since gotten out of the habit again. There are actually quite a lot of things I get upset about on X. There are also users that are quite rude. And look at that, since I stopped using the platform, I'm also less stressed. Try to find out for yourself which creators and which media are good for you and which media only causes you anxiety or anger, and say goodbye to the latter. Now we come to the final and, in my opinion, the most important point. If you enjoyed the video so far, please be so kind as to give me a thumbs up. But now it's on the penultimate point. Do everything on your own. I'm actually someone who prefers to do everything myself because I'm rather introverted and I find it exhausting to discuss things. And if I do everything on my own, I don't have to. Unfortunately, that only works to a certain extent because everyone gets into a situation where they need help. Learning that I'm allowed to accept help and even ask for it was one of the most difficult experiences of my life. To be honest, it's still not easy for me, but I think it's like anything, you just have to practice. And if you're like me, then let's both practice more often in the future. But now, we come to what I consider to be the most important point, that you can save yourself in the future in order to live a simpler and less stressful life. Do things out of a sense of duty. Do you find it difficult to say no? Do you sometimes commit to things you don't really want to do because you're afraid of confrontation? Or because you're afraid of what the other person might think of you if you say no? The truth is, we can never please everyone. And if we try, we just wear ourselves out. I've tried this many times in the past, and it's only made me unhappy. It's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to say no. That doesn't mean you're being selfish or mean. It's your life, and as long as you're not causing harm to others with your actions, you have the right to live it your way. I hope these tips will help you to save time and give you more freedom in your everyday life. If you like this video, please share it so that it can be useful to even more people. And if you and I meet again next time, I will be delighted. Until then, all the best, Jasmine.